Class 11, Subject Accountancy, Chapter 2, Basic Accounting Terms, Lecture number 7. Hello dear students. Yesterday we have read some basic terms of accountancy. Let's go further with another terms. First of all, proprietor. A proprietor is an individual who owns a business, establishment or sole proprietorship. This person has legal use of the asset and their operations. Fine. Basically, we can say a proprietor is a person who makes investment in the business, manages it, and bears all the risk involved in the business. Fine. So, proprietor makes investment in the business. He starts the business with capital, manages it, and bears all the risk involved in the business. Now, what are bad debts? Bad debts is the amount that has become irrecoverable from the debtor. It is a business loss and is debited to profit and loss account. We can see here, an entity may not be able to recover its balances outstanding. Outstanding means that is not yet paid in respect of certain receivables. Fine. So, in accountancy, we refer to such receivables are as irrecoverable debts or bad debts. Fine. So, bad debts could arise for a number of reasons such as customer going bankrupt, trade dispute. Customer going bankrupt means customer does not have amount to pay his debt. Fine. Trade dispute or fraud. See, there are some points related to it. Every time an entity realizes that it is unlikely to recover its debt from a receivable, so it must write off the bad debts from its books. Fine. Write off means finish it off. Fine. So if we are selling our goods to the customer on credit base, fine, on credit basis, it is not confirmed that the customer in future will be able to pay the amount for the goods that he has taken from, that he has bought from us, purchased from us. Fine. So that amount is called bad debts. An entity may not be able to recover its balances outstanding in respect of certain receivables. So, in accountancy, we refer to such recoverables as irrecoverable debt or bad debts. We have read now. So, bad debts could arise for a number of reasons such as customer going bankrupt, trade dispute or fraud. Fine. Now, another term is depreciation. What do you mean by depreciation? The monetary value of an asset decreases over time due to use, wear and tear, obsolescence. This decrease is measured as depreciation. Fine. So depreciation refers to continuing and gradual decline in the value of fixed assets. It is charged every year as an expense or loss in the value of fixed assets to determine the cost of production of goods properly. Fine. So that is termed as if there is decrease in the value of asset due to its use, wear and tear or obsolescence. This decrease is measured as depreciation of the asset. Fine. Understood this term? Bad debts means that amount that is irrecoverable from the debtor. Depreciation means the decrease in the value of assets due to wear and tear, due to use or due to obsolescence. see, depreciation, a decrease in assets value, may be caused by a number of other factors as well as unfavorable market conditions. So, machinery, equipment, currency are some example of assets that are likely to depreciate over a specific period of time. Fine. So opposite of depreciation is appreciation, which is increase in the value of an asset over a period of time. We can say depreciation is decrease in the value of asset over a period of time, and appreciation increase in the value of an asset over a period of time. Fine. So there are so many factors that may cause a decrease in the value of asset, such as unfavorable market conditions. We may say consumer choices. We may say a lot of reasons are there behind it. Fine. It may be currency, it may be equipment, it may be technological changes. Fine. All these changes are causes, fine, the decrease in the value of asset, that is called depreciation. Now accounting estimates the decrease in the value using the information regarding the useful life of the asset. Beta, if we are purchasing some asset, definitely we have already estimated the amount of the asset for how many years that asset will be with us, isn't it? So its useful life is to be estimated at the time of purchase. This is useful for estimation of property value for taxation purposes like property tax. So for such assets like real estate, market and economic conditions are likely to be crucial, means important, such in the case of economic downturn. Fine? Understood this? Now the term solvency. There are two terms, solvency and insolvency. Solvency is the ability of a company to meet its long-term debts and financial obligations. So solvency is essential to stay in business as it demonstrates a company's ability to continue operations into foreseeable future. Fine. So while a company also needs liquidity to thrive and pay off its short-term obligations, such as short-term liquidity should not be confused with solvency. A company that is insolvent will often enter bankruptcy. Fine. So in simple language, we can say this solvent is a person or an enterprise which is in a position to pay its debt in full. जो अपना उधार दे सके वो पर्सन सॉल्वेंट होता है, वो इंस्टीट्यूशन या फर्म सॉल्वेंट होती है. जो अपना उधार या क्रेडिट पे लिया हुआ सामान के पैसे नहीं दे सकता, वो पर्सन होता है इंसॉल्वेंट. फाइन. सो नाउ वी हैव रेड सॉल्वेंसी. व्हाट इज इंसॉल्वेंसी? सी, insolvency is the state of being unable to pay the money owed by a person or by a company when on time. So those in a state of insolvency are said to be insolvent. There are two forms, cash flow insolvency and balance sheet insolvency. So insolvent, who is called insolvent? Insolvent is a person who is not in a position to pay its debt. वो पर्सन वो पर्सन और फर्म जो अपना उधार देने के लिए कैपेबल है दैट इज पर्सन इज कॉल्ड सॉल्वेंट, और जो अपना उधार देने के लिए केपेबल नहीं है वो होता है इंसॉल्वेंट. So a person become insolvent when his liability are more than his asset. When can a person become insolvent? When his liabilities are more than his assets. Fine. So that person is called insolvent. Fine. So insolvency is the state of being unable to pay the money owed by a person or a company on time. So those in a state of insolvency are said to be insolvent. Fine. So there are two forms, cash flow and balance sheet insolvency. Now the difference between solvent and insolvent. You know, insolvent is antonym of solvent. The difference between solvent and insolvent is that insolvent is unable to pay one's bill as they fall due, while solvent is able to pay all debts as they become due and having no more liabilities than assets. Understood the difference? Insolvent is not able to pay his bill when they fall due, when the time is there to pay the bill, and solvent is able to pay all debt as they become due and having no more liabilities than assets. Fine. So this is the difference between solvent and insolvent. And one more thing, that a person become insolvent when his liabilities are more than his asset, and a person is solvent when his assets are more than the liabilities. Fine. So keep these things in your mind. Now the meaning of debit and credit. What do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit? You know, debit means to enter an amount on the left hand side of an account, and credit means to enter an amount on the right hand side of an account. So debit and credit means debit means the left hand side of an account is known as debit. If an account is to be debited, then the entry is posted on debit side, and the right hand side of the account is known as credit. If an account is to be credited, then the entry is posted on the credit side. Fine, beta? This is the difference between debit and credit. See, debit means left side of an account. The word debit is abbreviated as DR. Fine. And the word credit is on the right side of an account and it is abbreviated as CR. Fine. Now debit and credit definitions. Business transactions are events that have a monetary impact on the financial statements of an organization. So when accounting of these transactions are there, we record numbers in two accounts, where the debit column is on the left and credit column is on the right. An account have two sides, left side and right side. Left side we can say debit column of the account, and right side we can say credit column of the account. Understood? So a debit is an accounting entry that either increases an asset or expense account or decreases a liability or equity account. We will read it in detail when we'll do accounting equation and journal entries as well. So first you just understand it now only, that it is positioned to the left in an accounting entry. Fine. किसी भी account का, if we have an account, definitely the left hand side of the account is called debit side and the right hand side of the account is called credit side. A credit is an accounting entry that either increases a liability or equity account or decreases an asset or expense account. So it is positioned to the right in an accounting entry. Fine. Understood this debit and credit terms? See, a debit is commonly abbreviated as DR in accounting transaction while a credit is abbreviated as CR in the transactions. Fine. You have to keep all these points in your mind because whenever we will make some account, whenever we'll do some transactions, definitely these things will help us out. Fine. So these were the terms. You have to read it, learn it and note down in your notebook as well. See the title of the account. Account can be account has to be made like this in this format. Title of the account, say it be cash account, say it be proprietor's account, fine. This is called, say, left side or debit side. It's left hand side, or we can say left hand side of the account is called debit side, and right side or credit side, right hand side of the account is called credit side. Fine. So ledger contains complete record of all accounts of the business entity during a specified period. Ledger account has two parts, debit and credit. The left hand side of the ledger is called ledger. We can say Ram said be Ram's account, Mohan's account, fine. Is called debit side, and the right hand side is called credit side. Understood? So today we have read so many terms like bad debts. Bad debts is the amount irrecoverable from the debtor. Insolvent, the person who is not in a position to pay the debt. Solvent, the person who is in a position to pay the debts. You know, BP, bills of exchange is accepted by the person who purchased the goods on credit. Fine. Book value. One more thing, book value is there. Book value is the amount at which an item appear in the books of accounts. Fine. That is called book value. So all these terms are related to business and in accounting as well. So whenever we are preparing an account, that is to be used in like in this format, whatever is showing on the screen, the title of the account, left side or debit side, right side or credit side. Fine. So there were so many terms we have read in this chapter. Your homework is to learn these terms properly, note down in your notebook and keep on revising it and writing it. Fine. So that you may be clear about all these terms. Fine. Tomorrow I shall give you an assignment to solve. So if you have learned all this term, only then you will be able to solve that assignment.